Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the eSports Report. It is Tuesday. X Games just 3 days away. Austin, Texas, gold medals for eSports.
Crazy. I mean, I can't believe that's happening, man. I still can't.
It's going to be great. Now, of course, I'm catching a plane tomorrow, but we're going to have a bracket show available Thursday. This is the last ESR, or at least the normal ESR of the week. But we have an awesome show. We're profiling two of the X Games teams in Optic Gaming and Evil Geniuses, two of the biggest names in competitive Call of Duty. And now we also have a bonus feature on Smash. We covered the tournament from SKTAR yesterday. What are we talking about today at the start of the show?
So for each show, or each ESR, we're going to do one player leading into Anaheim. Like all the top players, the gods. We got all the gods. Well, we don't have an interview for each, but we might do Skype interviews, I think.
Okay.
But today we have PP. PP won SKTAR, and PP is by far one of the biggest names. He's the Apex champion, and honestly, he's right now probably, I think he's the best. I really do.
You think he's the best in the world?
Yeah. I mean, it's
Smash
close.
Melee.
It's close between top 6, top 5, but PP is looking way too strong right now.
And how long has PP been in the community? I know he's now been recently signed by Evil Geniuses. How long has this guy been competing at the top level?
I mean, he's been at the top level for a few years now. He's been playing for a long time, and I think his first national was actually a revival of Melee 2. But he's he wasn't really considered the best. I mean, Apex was his first national win in a very, very long time. So he's been amongst the top for a while now, but I think this is probably the first time I've ever really looked at him as being the very best.
Well, I know you got a chance to cut down a video with Alex here, one of our video interns. What do you got for us today?
We really just got to sit down and we got to talk about, how he feels about the other players, who he's afraid of the most. I mean, I don't know if he's ever even played against Leffen. And so we talked about Leffen a little bit. He talked about Armada. He talked about the international talent that exists in the community. And we talked about his SKTAR victory and, his hardest matches within that event. And because we saw him in the finals there, he four-stocked Mewtwo King. So, I mean, was the Grand Finals even his hardest match? Probably not. So it was just cool to sit down with him, just kind of why what he thinks is making him a better player. And, we talked about how he's learning to adapt better in the matches. And that's kind of like what's making him rise up to the position that he's in right now.
All right, well, let's take a look. We got a chance to sit down with PPMD at SKTAR. Here's a look.
Where's the forward smash? Oh, no. PPMD will just take an up tilt to a back air. Good lasers.
Yeah, he's adding a lot more percent as well.
Oh, and he misses the tag. Is Mango going to get sent to losers? Uh-oh. Mango
going to find out after this stock, one way or the other.
Are we going to get an up throw shine? Uh-oh. Here's the combo. Oh, he needs to be careful. The knockdown. The shine. And there's the down smash. Laser. The dare, and he's gone. Boom. The dumpster. All right.
3-1. Evil Geniuses PPMD is sitting in grand finals.
My name is Kevin Nanny. I play Falco and some Marth. My gamer tag is PPMD. I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina. Thank you. How do I feel? I feel so good. I feel so energized. I feel like I played pretty good. I feel like, the other people put up a heck of a match and I was still able to overcome it. It's a wonderful feeling. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. There's no feeling like really overcoming a challenge like that. It just feels amazing. I hadn't gone to anything in a while because life stuff was happening, a lot of personal stuff was happening. I really wanted to get top 3 at this no matter what, because I'm still dealing with a little bit coming into this. So I was like, if I can get top 3, I'll be satisfied. I don't have to try and win it. I don't have to put all that pressure on myself. But it just happened. And that was great. And it was just like, all right, well, I can, I feel like I can, still adapt to what they're doing. I feel like I've still got it. And it just it all came together, and it just felt so good. And qualifying like this in this way makes me feel so good leading up to MLG, because it's like, no matter, even if I'm feeling a little off, I'm still able to beat these guys, which is really comforting and empowering for me. So I really like that. So it's going to be a real competitive summer. We, Hungrybox and Leffen were not here. I consider Leffen almost up there at this point. He's proven himself really well lately. And then Hax is getting up there, and so is Westballs a little bit. But anyway, I really want to go for a lot more consistency. I'm not so much about titles, being the best or whatever. I don't care about that. I care more about really being able to prove myself really consistently and feeling like I'm really expressing myself well in my play every time. I don't care about being the best or anything. That means absolutely nothing to me. But if people get excited about it and like they tell me that like I'm cool, or they like want to hang out, or they just like they want to like support me because they think they have that title, then like that's whatever. Like I don't care about that. I care about being able to play well, really respecting my opponents, because what a trap that I fell into a long time ago, and like I feel a lot of the top players of anything, not just Smash, fall into, is when they start labeling themselves as the best. They start saying, well, I'm just on a different tier than these other guys. Which, I mean, some people tell me that, but that's whatever to me. And basically, you ease up. You don't train as hard. You don't take them as seriously. You don't have the fire like you used to have. I think that we're seeing a little bit of that with Armash, but it's something that's really hard to recover from, and it took me a really long time to recover from that after I won Pound 5 a long time ago. I haven't won anything for 3 years. So I feel like I really worked through a lot of like mentality issues, a lot of like how I want to like label myself, and I really feel like I want to do it right. I want to do it consistent. I want to do it while I'm having fun, and I'm still respecting my opponents, and I could not ask for more from myself, or the game, or anything, or from Melee. I feel like I really want to do it right, regardless of how I'm labeled. It turned out that Armada was my hardest set, which is a little bit surprising for me because he felt like a little off in teams, and he looked a little off when he was playing other people. The set he lost to Mewtwo King, he had like 2 free kills at the end, and he just didn't take them. It was very uncharacteristic of him. He seems a little less clutch, a little less fiery now. But based on what I said before about the struggle from coming back, that mentality from being called the best, I was expecting the set to be a little more in my favor actually, and. That guy, he's tough. He's good, man. He's real good. So it was, I felt like I had a pretty decisive first match win, and I felt like I could have brought back the second match, but I had a really funny SD, so I like brain lapsed, and he was playing well to make me brain lapse, of course. He's really good. So I lost, and then he had a really cool strategy for my Marth that I didn't know about. So this dude was prepared. he was ready, and he had a really cool way of floating and back airing and everything. He had a really good strategy, and it's a pleasure to play him really, because he's just so well prepared, he's so well oiled. He's like a machine. It's great to play him and test myself. So he was definitely my hardest set. Mango pushed me to think of some new things because he was clearly adapting over our set, so that was good. And Mango is a hard opponent because he likes to be all over you, and I really try to slow him down, and I was struggling with that a little bit, and everyone started yelling, so they were getting excited, so I was like, all right, well, I gotta, all right, everyone calm down. So I had to calm him down real quick, but Jason Mewtwo King forced me to do that a little bit too. In the beginning, he had the lead a whole lot. He's never had the lead against me for a very long time. So I was like, oh, okay, you're playing pretty good, and I had to make some adjustments and work it out. And I'm pretty proud of myself for doing things like that, because not so long ago, I would have crumbled in situations like that where people are really gunning for me. They're looking at my habits. I am the guy to beat. The target's on my back. And they're all looking at my habits, looking for weakness, or looking for me to slip up. So to be able to adjust in the moment is a skill that I really haven't developed so well, and I'm working on it, and it's really coming together, and that's something that's made me really happy about this win as well, to see myself improve like that. Final shoutouts to Evil Geniuses and all their wonderful sponsors, and thank you for supporting me, a wonderful company. Thank you to the Melee community for being wonderful, for keeping this great gaming alive. So thank you to Melee, shoutouts to Melee. Shoutouts to all of Smash for just being great. Shoutouts to MLG. But super happy, super excited. So shoutouts to everyone, shoutouts to being happy, and I'll see everyone at MLG.
I'm having deja vu right now.
Let's see what happens. Okay, he's still fighting. But are we getting a 4-stock? Is it happening? 4-stock? 4-stock? 4? Cut? 4! And that is it. Que lástima! Finito! Dr. Pipi, he takes it.
Evil Geniuses, I never thought I would say these words, wins their first Smash Major.
All right, that's a look at PPMD, one of the new faces on Team Evil Geniuses, the first representing Super Smash Brothers. So I got to get your opinion of this guy. Of course, we saw that great piece on him, but if you could describe PPMD to the rest of the world in just 3 words, what words would you use?
Honorable? This is tough. He respects his opponent, so definitely honorable. He's passionate. He's absurdly passionate about his play. I mean, and just hardworking. That's 2 words, but his drive just keeps going. Yeah, I mean, I know that's generic. That's very generic, but he really fits that. He's really like a good guy. He's not. A lot of players are kind of more like bad boys. They're kind of more villainous. And even though he's on Evil Geniuses, he's definitely one of the good guys. You want to root for him. He's kind of like that white knight. So
I like him. Well, I'm excited to see him. He's going to be in Anaheim. You say you think he's the best in the world. Do you think he takes Anaheim as well?
He's my pick.
He's your pick to win.
Saying it now. He is my pick to win.
All right, well, today's show was on Dr. PP. I know we have, or PPMD. I know we have a lot more Smash Brothers players to highlight in the weeks coming up to Anaheim. Who are some of the other big names to look out for on future ESRs?
Next one we're going to do is Mango.
Mango.
Mango is actually kind of more that bad boy. He's kind of the opposite of the White Knight. And he's cleaned himself up a lot. He's actually like a much more like manner player, if you will, because there's a lot of players that are BM, but now that he's on Cloud9, he's actually, he looks really good. He's
representing the organization.
Yeah, he is. He's very, very well. I'm actually very happy for him, and he's doing a good job. So we're going to do Mango next. We got Mewtwo King. We've got a lot of old school guys, so I'm not going to tease them all just yet. But,
okay.
We've got the big names, so we've got a lot of other names too. So.
All right, if you have a name that you don't think is on Jake's list, don't hesitate to tweet at us. I'm at MLG Puckett. He is at SolidJakeGG. So, Jake, thank you so much for coming on for the Smash portion. We'll see you next week. We're going to do a show on Tuesday. Is that the Mango show?
That'll be Mango.
That's Mango. Awesome. Looking forward to it, man. Once again, guys, if you haven't heard the news, Smash Brothers Melee is back on the MLG Pro circuit for the first time since 2006. The qualifiers are over. Who are the big names coming through in that champ bracket?
Wow. Man, West Balls is through already, so we got to look at Shroomed. We got to look at Fly Amanita. We got to look at SFAT. Chillin' Dude, Ken, Korean DJ, they're all in there. There's a lot of big names in there, so the open bracket is just as stacked, honestly. So it'll be interesting to see who makes it through the winner side, because 4 make it through winners, 4 make it through losers. So
it's going to be a tough battle already. Tons of people signed up. If you don't have your passes yet, don't worry. I think a few are still available. Is this true?
Yep, you can still buy passes. MLG.TV/SSBM Qualifiers actually has all the info if you go to that URL right now. And you can buy the passes right there. The link's right there.
Perfect. All right, Jake, thanks so much. When we come back, guys, we have a very special profile on 2 of the X Games competitors. We have Optic Gaming as well as the reigning champions, Evil Geniuses, to discuss right here live on the ESR. Revan joins me for that after this.